You may remember the guy who was pulled over in Florida. He was a guy from Miami claiming to be an ICE agent, and he was pulled over by a black police officer. That's important, which is the reason I mention it, because later in this entire narrative, this becomes a central theme. But he reeked of alcohol. Scott Thomas Deseroth, he's 42 years old, and he had two kids in the car, in the back seat, as he was driving. Indeed, he was arrested for DUI, 2 counts of child endangerment after this traffic stop. They saw him driving into oncoming traffic and swerving heavily. He didn't even know where he was. Strong odor of alcohol emanating from Deseroth, misidentified his location, gave an erroneous direction of travel, and body cam video shows the moment that cops approach Deseroth's car on a bridge to question him, and then he says, "Hey, I'm a Fed, I'm Fed, I'm DHS," and Tony, go ahead and run a little bit of it, if you would, please.
The guy in the white shirt.
That's the Colonel.
Colonel, don't mean shit for me.
Okay, well.
I'm federal.
Okay.
I'm trying to get home. I got my boys with me.
Who do you work for?
DHS.
Do you have your ID with you?
No, I don't.
Okay. But if I called them, they'd verify that you're a
100%, bro.
Okay. You don't have any type of credentials or anything that say you're DHS?
Not on me, no.
Okay. All right.
I only bring my weapon with me if I'm.
Okay, but you don't have any weapons on you right now?
No, I don't.
Okay. So what I want to do, I want to talk to you away from the kids. So I'm going to ask you to step out of the car, and we're going to walk back to the back of your car, okay?
Are you fucking serious right now?
Yes, sir, I am.
You know what? Call my supervisor.
Okay. Do you want to do the exercises or no?
I'll do it. But you know what? What's homeboy doing down there? You know, guys, come on.
Make sure we all sit before we start off the water. We don't want to get hit. We don't want you to get hit. That's why we're trying to do the exercise. That way we can move on.
Are you Haitian?
That's nothing to do with my wrist, buddy.
My question was, are you Haitian?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where he's from. Okay. Look, man, I really need you to do the exercise. If you don't do it, then I'm going to say that you're refusing to do the exercise. I get it. You need a minute. I gave you a few minutes, okay? But
Let me talk to your supervisor.
not right now, sir.
Yeah?
If you're a cop, whatever.
Yeah, I'm fucking law enforcement,
Okay,
dude.
then stop talking and sit in the back of the car and stop. Stop this.
Come on, let's go.
Stop this.
What about my kids?
We're gonna take care of it.
No,
But
I'm
first
not
things-
going in there. Let me talk to your supervisor.
Again, you can talk to him in a second.
Nope. Not going in there without my supervisor.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Come here. Come on, man. Don't pull against me. Let's go there.
I'm not moving, bro. Don't fucking do this.
Let's go.
Lane.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Hey, come on, buddy. We're not doing this. Come on. Let's go.
So you guys are fucking shut
Come on. Put your feet in.
Stand up.
Stand up. Come on.
Stand up. Put your feet in there.
No.
Man,
Put
don't be
your
a
feet
kid.
in.
Come on.
Stop.
Where are my kids?
Stand up. Put your feet in.
What?
Put your feet in. Put your feet in.
You don't want to make this worse already.
Come on. Come on, man. Let's go.
You gotta sit in the car,
You're
man.
going to jail for DUI, which is a misdemeanor. If you don't cooperate, you go to jail for resisting. You don't want to make it worse.
Come on. Put your feet in, buddy.
All right, your kids will be fine. This will pass.
Listen to me.
No, sir, not on the side of the road.
Come on. Let's go, man.
We gotta sit down, Scott.
God damn you guys.
All right. So they finally make the arrest, and it's, I'm federal, I'm DHS. He delayed the exercises, as you saw. And they get him into the police cruiser. And what has happened to him, Kim?
Well, the Department of Homeland Security is not confirming whether or not Mr. Deseroth is an employee. They say they are investigating this arrest, but he finally is put into the police cruiser. I was struck watching that video about how likely it would be anyone else would have been shoved in that police cruiser, and how he's able to delay, and finally they arrest him and get him in there. But yeah, He was put in, he was placed under arrest for driving under the influence. And at this point, no confirmation from DHS as to whether he really is ICE or not. But if he is, what a low standard they're setting now, the bar for who they're taking in.
His kids are 7 and 9 years old, by the way, for those who were
So
curious.
sad.
Meantime, there is another incident. This one is in Southern California. A very high-profile TikToker and social media person was hit by a ricocheting bullet during this operation in South LA. And I just want to, again, I guess, describe this guy. This is a guy who chronicles a lot of ICE events when he can. So he'll show up with his camera and he'll chronicle these things and then distribute them. His social media platform is really powerful. As I say, he's on TikTok and has a very, very strong following and large following. And the reason I mention that is it suggested sort of that ICE is well aware of him, doesn't like him because he, documents all of their various maneuvers. And so now here he is hit by bullets in this latest incident. Tony, we have some, I think, are these stills that we have or video? This is the video. Now,
US
Kim,
Marshal
here in this
and a
case,
suspect
yeah, go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. Let's hear what the
Marshal
reporter on this.
and a suspect are both in the hospital after gunfire erupted during a chaotic immigration enforcement operation in South Los Angeles. That's according to investigators. The Department of Homeland Security sent out a statement that reads in part, ICE law enforcement officers assisted by U.S. Marshals pulled the illegal alien over in a standard law enforcement procedure. The illegal alien weaponized his vehicle and began ramming the law enforcement vehicle in an attempt to flee. While trying to grab the suspect, authorities say officers fired defensive shots, striking both the suspect and a deputy U.S. Marshal. The DHS said the illegal alien was shot in the elbow and one law enforcement officer was shot in the hand by a ricochet bullet. Sources tell CNN the FBI is investigating this incident.
So this started as, they say, a targeted enforcement traffic stop on an undocumented immigrant who had previously avoided capture. These are all words and phraseology, or this is phraseology that's from the government, right? Okay. Witnesses saying the man involved, well-known TikToker, I regularly mention that. He goes by Richard L.A. online. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley identified him as a 44-year-old man whose name is Carlito Ricardo Parias. He's charged with assault on a federal officer, is expected to appear in court today. He could get 8 years in federal prison. I mean, this is serious stuff. I was talking to the other day about the way in which everything just gets amped up when it's federal, first of all, and secondly, when it's adjacent to or implying a bit of something that could be characterized as terrorism. This is the thing I was talking about the other day. But I think in this case, just the notion that you are interfering with federal officers, assault on a federal officer, these are the things that just vault it to another level of concern. So, but what happened here is in dispute, isn't it, Kim? I mean, they're saying that he had this Toyota Camry that was rammed into law enforcement, and they boxed him in, and then he tried still to get away. Isn't that more or less what's said? And then the agent broke into his side window or tried to break in with his gun. And I mean, again, this is where you're getting different stories.
Mm-hmm.
But in one account that I read, Kim, and you can tell me, the gun went off inadvertently as the agent tried to break the window with the gun. And that's when the ricocheting bullet actually injured I believe, an associate, that is to say, a law enforcement associate involved in this stop. And the victim as well was this guy who's now been charged. Isn't that more or less reflective of at least one narrative?
Though it's in dispute as to whether the gun went off inadvertently or whether the agent actually opened fire. And the people that are backing up the Mr. Parias, who was the person arrested in this case, they're saying the level of violence from federal agents is unacceptable, that it's a type of violence that they denounce, a type of violence that will only create more violence. So meanwhile, the Department of Homeland Security say vehicles that are used as weapons are treated as such, and that anyone who does that risks arrest, imprisonment, and life-threatening injuries. They will continue to use every tool in their legal arsenal to protect agents and enforce immigration laws passed by Congress. So that's what you have.
So unclear then, and I think there'll be multiple kinds of reports on all of this. I don't know how dependable they'll be as to why the weapon was discharged, how it was discharged, but I think you're going to see more of this. I mean, was this where he was getting was he recognized as in some way? Looks like he's getting some kind of plaque, or what is this?
Yeah.
This is so this is one of his. I have to blow this up so I can see it because I can't. Everything's so small. He got recognition by the deputy chief of staff in the city of LA.
For serving the community by doing these reports.
A fearless citizen journalist whose authentic storytelling has consistently uplifted the unheard voices of South Central Los Angeles. His unfiltered portrayal of real life has fostered a loyal following both on TikTok and throughout our city. Richard L.A., as he's called, exemplifies what it means to serve your community with courage and heart. So again, this is a certificate of recognition. The deputy chief of staff to the mayor, I suppose that is standing by Jose Ugarte. And I mean, they say, at least at the moment that this is posted, they stand in solidarity with him. We'll see. I mean, now's a question as to whether or not you'll have people standing in solidarity with you. I mean, it's all great until shots are fired and charges are offered. We'll see. I don't know about his citizenship. It's asked. Penny is asking that. Kim can maybe check on it. I'm presuming he's here legally. And again, I mentioned his following in social media because it suggested in the shadows that he was being targeted by ICE because he was documenting so many of their activities. But you can check. Richard L.A. TikToker. Is he a legal resident?
According to the New York Post, their headline is that he's an undocumented immigrant. Well, they say illegal immigrant, but that's what,
I'd love to maybe just double check that. Not that I don't believe in the New York Post, everything they say, but I'm just saying it's possible they may be, that could be misconstrued by one of their editors. And I use editors in quotes.
He is a Mexican national.
Okay.
So, but as far as his current citizenship, I don't know.
Unclear. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that will be, that'll all come out in the wash. Anyway, that is the latest. It does seem as though some of these ICE raids and some of these pullovers are ending up in places that are a little uglier than they used to be. Protests erupting in New York City after ICE raids in Chinatown over counterfeit goods. Demonstrators were seen near a federal building after an unknown number of detainees were taken in. This is in New York's Chinatown. Already quite controversial. Hours after federal agents descended on Lower Manhattan, demonstrators seen assembling near the Federal Plaza Immigration Building where they believe that detainees were taken, many shouting things like, ICE out of New York, no ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. Videos of the raid showing multiple masked and armed federal agents zip-tying and detaining a man and shoving away onlookers. Throngs of New Yorkers follow the agents through the streets and down the sidewalks. An armored military vehicle was also seen rolling through the city streets. Is this worth the paycheck? Selling your soul, one woman was heard yelling at ICE agents. The raid, and this I think speaks to this, you want to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. Look at this. We're showing you pictures of it on YouTube. The raid involved what onlookers said was more than 50 federal agents taking place in a well-known area of Manhattan where counterfeit handbags and accessories, jewelry, and other goods are sold, often to tourists. Unclear how many people were detained in the raid, but a witness said that he saw at least 7 individuals taken into custody. And I just think this is an extraordinary show of force, which is part of the game, but also a waste. You bring in 50 guys and military vehicles and all that, which will arrest 7 people who are selling illegal handbags in New York. Are you kidding? You're selling knockoff wallets and belts in New York, and you bring in 50. The Department of Homeland Security may be in a photo finish with the Pentagon for the biggest waste of money now in America. The problem is we're pouring other contestants into that same race, like the bailout of Argentina and the building of the ballroom and all this other ways in which money's being wasted. But I'm telling you, on an institutional level, the Department of Homeland Security that sends 50 people to arrest maybe 7 who are illegally selling knockoff purses, that is a colossal waste of money. And you can put it in the same category as all these television and radio commercials that Kristi Noem is doing about, if you come to America, you better be prepared. This is the kind of treatment you'll receive. You could end up in one of these detention centers. I encourage you to self-deport. I mean, these, and then they buy Kristi Noem 2 huge jets for her use, flying all over the place to shoot those commercials I just described. I get it. She needs a mode of transportation, Kristi Noem does. Great. Get her one. Get her a used one. Get her a repurposed one. You've got tons of stuff lying around. Talk to Pete Hegseth. If you can sober him up for a minute, ask him whether there's something there at the Pentagon that she can fly around in. Or buy her the damn plane. But she's got 2 planes now. And again, I just put it in the pile that is waste at the Department of Homeland Security, the same pile that they pull money from to send 50 DHS officers and ICE officers to bust guys in Midtown Manhattan who are selling stinking knockoff Chanel bags. Are you serious? This is to distract us from the horror show that's going on with the economy, the decision-making that's being made at the Department of Justice about all the money that will now be siphoned into Trump coffers. Man, we're really scraping bottom. Brutal.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell, you'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.